Module 7, Images and Integrating, Part 6. And now we're going to be starting on page 7-14. Now we already had a lesson where we imported database into an Excel spreadsheet. This time we're going to import an Excel spreadsheet data into an Access database, exactly the opposite direction. We'll start by opening an Access database. Maybe yours doesn't show up on your screen on your taskbar, so you can press the Windows key and then type Access. If you want to pin it down on the taskbar, you can right click on it. You could start it right from there. Click and start it. You could pin it to the taskbar, except I already did, or you could print it to your start menu if you use it, which I do use it, but not for these because I'm always in these programs. So we'll open Access. This is different. Access is different. You have to understand, it's not quite the same. You must name the file before you start working on it. And you need to know where it is. So look, it's going to be called Database 1 unless you change the name, which we will. And it's going to be in my Documents folder unless I change that, which I will. So it doesn't matter which you do first. I'm going to name this thing, whatever it is they said, IL_EX_7_TCS revenue. Woof. And then I'll click the Browse button here to go figure out where I want to put it. And I'm putting everything in my Downloads folder in a folder so I can just delete it all when I'm done. And I already have that one from when we did the other project. Anyway, so here it is, and I'm going to click OK. And we'll create the file. Double check. Double check. Okay. Now, it gives us a table 1, but we're not going to be doing that because what we want to do is import data from Excel. So we'll go to External Data tab. And it's the same as it was in Excel. You know, the first item, it was called the Data tab in Excel. It's called External Data and Access. Okay, fine, whatever. And there isn't a place to import from Excel, so we'll click New Data Source. From where? From a file. From which file? Go away to tooltip. Come on, goodbye. Excel. And where is that file from which you want to download things? I'll click Browse. And back again to my Downloads folder, to my Module 7 folder, and it's 6. This is the one, isn't it? Yes, this one. And so it says you're going to take the information from that file, and then in this case, we have some different ways we can do it. It assumed for us that we want to create a new table in Access, which is the one we want. We could have appended it, or we could link it. We could link it even. We're not going to. Click OK. And now they said, it looks like you want the whole worksheet. Yes, no, or do you have a named range? And I think that the data had 3 columns. Yes. And the names of the headers of the columns were sector ID, sector, and revenue. Yes. Yes. Click Next. And they want us to confirm that our first row has column headings. Yes or no? Yes. It guessed well. Now, there are more screens in my wizard than show in your book. So don't get nervous. You can always go back and forth, right? If you get nervous, just go look and see if the next screen is the one you want. And this one is not in the book. So this helps you set up more details for your import if you want them, which we don't want. Click Next. And now it said, so I would be very glad to add for you the access key if you would like me to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have not taken 153, you might not know at all or even if you did take the class, you might not remember that in an Access database, well, in any database, every record, which is a row, which is the information about a certain one of those whatever things, every one must have its own ID. Every person in the United States must have their own social security number, is a comparison. And when I started college, back in the old days, we used a social security number as the student ID number. Of course, that got changed right after the internet came around because there was so much fraud going on. But some kind of an ID number. But no, we want to choose our own primary key because that's it. It's already given to us. So watch what happens to this column when I choose the other option. Said, okay, I'm not doing it. You do it. Which one do you want? Which column do you want for your primary key? And we want that column. It's correct. Do you need to see that? Here, you see? Okay. And click next. It said, what would you like to call your table? I would like to call my table something or other that I'm going to pause and look it up because I've heard. Apparently, we are taking the default name TCS Revenue, and we'll click Finish. Would you like to save these steps so it will be easier the next time? No, thank you. Click Close. Now then, I missed a step. We don't need that table number 1, so I'm going to right click on it and delete. Do you see? Right click delete, and that deletes it. And my revenue table that I just imported is right here. They ask us to change, if you notice, I still have my typo because I keep using different files. The software developed, that sector column, it's not quite wide enough. So I can put my mouse up between them. And you have to move your mouse just until you get it right. It's a little bit fussy critter. Right there, I'll double click. And that will make it the width of the widest one of those. And then they ask us to add a new record. And always when you see the asterisk, it means a new something. So we're adding a new record, 9999, and then type my name. And I could tab over, but I don't have any revenue. So that's all there is to that assignment, actually. We'll go ahead and save that. The saving procedure in Access is not like other programs, but go ahead and tap Save up there on that Quick Access toolbar. And then we can, when we're done, we can go ahead and close. And see, there's something in it, so it won't be deleted. Table 1, it got deleted because there was nothing in it. And we can go ahead and close Access in the upper right-hand corner. And now is when it really truly saves, is when you close the whole Access program. And if that's not scary, I don't know what is. On the next, I'll close it. But on the next page, they have the first of 2 pages worth of information about Smart Art graphics in Excel. And it's the same as what's in PowerPoint. On the next video, I'll show you a little bit more. But this is the introduction to it and a little explanation that you can read.